We are
Reverend Kenneth Nelson from Mississippi.
Evangelist Tracy Nelson from Mississippi. I'm going to talk about voter rights, healthcare, and education. As African Americans, we are not being protected by the voting rights of 1964. In Mississippi alone, we have 218,000 voters that cannot vote because they are a convicted felon, which includes 117,000 Black people. Okay, we have the lowest percent of low-income voter registration. We have the lowest percent of voter income turnout. People don't come out to vote. Our lowest of the low income. Black people are incarcerated in Mississippi 3 times the rate as white people. In Mississippi alone, did you know we lack quality health care? Why? Because our wages are low and families are having to choose. Do we pay for health care or do we pay our mortgage? Do we pay for food or do we pay our mortgage? Okay. Our education system in Mississippi, we have several gaps. According to the data, in 2018, we was rated number 44 as far as providing a quality education. Our 4th grade students in Mississippi are not proficient in reading. So guess what? When the system fails, they have no other hope. Okay, we need to stop the filibuster. We need to help us help the Black people. We're not going to stop fighting. You stop fighting us. We have a voice and our voices do matter. We will win.
Also with that, in the state of Mississippi, we believe that equal voting rights will lead to economic equality in our great state. When the voting rights are improved and the voting is beneficial to everyone in the state of Mississippi, we need to pursue political accountability to close the economic and wealth gap for Blacks and other minorities. We also need to push for a change in the public policy of how wealth and resources are distributed and made available to Blacks and minorities. In Mississippi alone, there are 48% of the Mississippians are poor and low income. That's 1.3 million people just right here in the state of Mississippi. 65% of those are Black. That's 708,000. 66% are Latino. From 1972 to 2012, income grew for the richest top 1% by 80%, but it only grew for the bottom 99%, only 11%. In 2018, 53% of the Mississippi workers, which is 587,000 people, earned under $15 an hour. That's the 4th highest state in the nation. Also this year, the richest 1% can expect an average tax cut of $35,400, while the poorest 20% can only expect an average tax cut of just $20. We're talking about the poor and low income. This is a portion of the systematic racism that we face here in Mississippi. The widening of this economic gap leads to the increase in poverty, crime, mass incarceration, and personal debt. These conditions cost the state billions of dollars to manage and facilitate. These same dollars that are used to manage and facilitate these disparities can be used to empower our poor and low income communities with resources to revitalize and sustain itself. Thank you.
We welcome you to the launch of the Mass Poor People's Low Wage Assembly and Moral March on Washington, D.C., June 18, 2022.
And we need to do it with the biggest actions possible.
Because we know the only scarcity is the moral will to do what's right.
Veterans across this nation say enough is enough.
My voice is just as valuable as anyone else's.
We need the 3rd Reconstruction.
We have an immoral system run by immoral people.
But together we fight.
And we become an agent of change.
We're rising up to demonstrate the compelling power that we, poor and low-income people, have to reconstruct society from the bottom up.
It's time for a change.
We are people of resilience.